If you have a loved one who's getting sucked into a toxic relationship or already ensnared by a narcissistic partner, you may be at a loss on what to do, how to help, should you say anything? If you do, will you lose your loved one? Will they choose the narcissist over you? Brainwashed into thinking that you're the one who can't be trusted? Have you tried talking to them about it, but they just don't seem to get it? I'm Lise Leblanc, and in today's video, I will give you 10 practical strategies to support a family member who is being manipulated and abused by a narcissistic partner. And if you missed my video on the negative changes that you will see in your loved one as a result of a narcissistic relationship, click on the link above. Okay, so let's jump right in. Number one is the obvious. Encourage your loved one to see a mental health professional that specializes in NPD and narcissistic abuse. An objective and unbiased neutral third party may be able to help them see things more clearly and provide them with specific strategies to help them set boundaries and navigate, communicate, and hopefully escape this situation. Number two, people often ask me whether they should speak to their loved one about their belief that their partner is a narcissist. You might find varying opinions on this, but here are my suggestions. First, recognize that this is a delicate matter and it's important to tread carefully. These conversations may strain your relationship with the person that you're trying to help. So be careful about labeling their partner as a narcissist and instead focus on specific behaviors. For example, instead of using loaded terms like manipulation or gaslighting, describe specific behaviors and situations that you find troubling or concerning. And remember, anything that you say to your loved one may be repeated to the narcissist. Number three, share information and resources. For example, you may share a video that closely resembles their situation. When doing this, don't say something like, "This is exactly how your partner has been gaslighting and manipulating you." Instead, say something like, "Have you done any research on the things that you've been experiencing in your relationship?" You might add something to the effect like, "I watched a video the other day and it reminded me of some of the things that you told me about." Number four, express concern and let them know that you've seen a deterioration in their psychological state and overall level of well-being over the past, certain amount of time that happens to coincide with the beginning of their relationship. Let them know as specifically as possible how you've seen them change. Provide specific examples if you can. Talk about how you've noticed that they're a lot less confident than they used to be, or that they no longer are pursuing certain interests, dreams, or goals, that they now seem fearful or depressed, that they aren't spending as much time with friends and family, and whatever else that you might be noticing. Try reminding them of specific situations where they were self-assured, motivated. Ask them if they've noticed or felt these changes in themselves, and try to get them to elaborate and really think about how different they were before this relationship as compared to now. Number five, be as non-judgmental as possible and avoid ultimatums. If you value maintaining a connection to your loved one, then it's important that you do not force them to choose between you and their narcissistic partner. Don't threaten to pull back your love and support if they don't come to their senses. Ultimately, even if you strongly disagree with their choices, it's still their choices. So instead of judging them or pressuring them, ask open-ended questions like, "If I was in your situation experiencing this type of relationship or behavior from my partner, what advice would you give me? Have you considered journaling or writing about certain incidents or experiences to make sure that you're seeing the behavior patterns clearly? How do you see yourself in 5 years from now in terms of your confidence, your self-worth, your goals, your sense of self?" Another question might be, is this the type of relationship you envision for yourself? Why or why not? Now, I get that you're not a counselor or a therapist, which is why it's important to encourage your loved one to speak to a professional. But my point here is for you to, instead of telling your loved one all the terrible things that you're seeing and all the bad things that might happen to them if they stay in this relationship, ask them questions that gets their mind questioning things and seeking their own answers. Number 6, be prepared for resistance. Be prepared for your loved one to tell the narcissist whatever you're saying or have said about them or about the relationship. Be prepared for your loved one to vacillate between agreeing with you, recognizing the toxicity of their relationship, and then later attacking you, defending the narcissist, or taking on all the blame, blaming you or other people for trying to paint an unfair or inaccurate picture of the relationship. Emotional attachments and psychological manipulations can make it very difficult for them to fully accept the reality of the situation, no matter how bad it is. Number 7, practice radical acceptance. Understand that your loved one may decide to continue this relationship even though it's abusive. They might even marry the narcissist, have kids with them. They may end up spending their entire life being emotionally manipulated, gaslighted, and psychologically abused, and there may be nothing you can do about it. So you need to examine what you have to lose if you are unwilling to accept your loved one's choices. These losses may include not only losing your loved one, but it can extend far beyond this, as a narcissist will launch a smear campaign against you. They will create conflict and stand in the way of your other relationships. But I do suggest that you weigh all of the pros and cons and that you consciously and strategically decide how to manage this relationship. Because once a war is declared, you can't pull back those nukes. And a narcissist will do everything in their power to create conflict and to cut you off and out of your loved one's life. Number 8, don't take the bait. And there will be a lot of bait. Once you realize that this person is toxic and psychologically abusive, and it is clear to you that your loved one is not ending the relationship anytime soon, and you decide that you want to stay involved to some extent, then you need to act completely unaffected by their nasty behavior. Do not show any signs that they're getting to you. Easier said than done, I know. The narcissist will continue their typical behavior, slandering, smearing, making snarky remarks, being critical, condescending, trying to bully and bait you, but do your very best to stay above it all. Don't show anger. Don't be sad. Do everything in your power not to let them get any reaction from you whatsoever. Remember, they thrive on your reactions, and your reactions are precisely what let them know that they have power over your emotions. Number 9, don't try to fix a narcissist. Recognize that it's not your job to fix them, and even if it was your job, you wouldn't be able to, because a narcissist doesn't acknowledge that they have a problem or even that they are part of any problem. In their mind, they are the victim, and they will talk to your loved one, to you, and to everyone who will listen in such a way that anything that goes wrong is someone else's fault. Number 10, set boundaries. Set boundaries in terms of the time, energy, and effort you are willing to expend on the situations that the narcissist is concocting. In the beginning, it's normal to try many different strategies to help your loved one, to shift the relationship, to help them make better decisions about their relationship and their life. But there may be a time where you realize that you're just having the same conversation over and over again. You're getting sucked into the drama, and it's starting to negatively affect your mental health. So don't let them take up too much space in your head or in your life. Your loved one may be stuck in quicksand, but you don't have to go down with them. It's not easy to stand by and support a loved one who is being psychologically manipulated and abused by a narcissist. which is why you might find it helpful to also reach out for professional support, to talk to a mental health professional in your area who can help you understand and navigate the situation strategically and in a way that allows you to maintain your own psychological well-being. If you found this video helpful, please like, comment, subscribe, and to learn more about narcissistic personality disorder, click on the link above.